Good, glorious morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this. What up, girl? Welcome back. How you doing? How you feeling mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically? I am feeling oh so fantastic. I crashed when I got home last night, y'all. I have noticed this month so far that about midway through the day, my energy has been leaving my body. I'm actually going to be getting blood work soon because I'm starting to feel very similar to how I felt last year when my hormones were kind of out of whack. Just quick health. I don't care. This isn't for people who are bodybuilders or not, just everybody in general. Get your blood work done like once a year because you got to know what's going on the inside, right? You can be looking good, popping on the outside, but if you truly want to know what's going down, get your blood work done. But I know I need to do that. However, I have noticed that I get tired faster than what I typically would. And so y'all know this year we are honoring thy body. It is still the slow girl era. We're still doing these moments of isolation because that's just what's been working for us. And your girl has been taking naps midday. And I was watching one of my favorite people to watch on YouTube, Myron Golden. I love how he just explains business, and he does explains business and coaches it through a biblical standpoint. So that right there is clutch. But he's a multi-millionaire, millionaire, whatever the case may be. And he was saying that he takes at least a 30-minute nap every single day. And I used to be that person that could never nap, just never. I used to be the person that would just have a hard time going to sleep at night. No, when it's time to go to bed, we go to bed. And recently I have been taking midday naps because for some reason my body has just been needing it. So that means that some things don't get done. How I've been doing it is I have my top two priorities. I'd like to get those done at the top of the day, and then anything else is extra. So I'm proud of myself for honoring my body and listening to my body. But I said all that to say last night, I went to bed at 7:30. I worked yesterday. Olivia came through, did a little mini color correction. I'll pop a photo of her hair. She looks, mwah, it's beautiful. Chef's kiss, love how it turned out. But I was just toast when I got home, and I was on my sofa. I had my AirPods in. I was listening to my lo-fi music, and before I knew it, it was 10 p.m. and I was like, who am I? Where am I? What day is it? What time? Have you ever had that sleep, that good sleep where you wake up, you don't even know what the day is? Yeah, that's how I was. And then I just got in bed and I went to sleep. So I got a lot of sleep, and this is the best that I feel good. I feel so good. So that lets me know that's something we gonna start doing. We go in bed at 9 o'clock. That's just what it is. I have got to start prioritizing sleep, and then also I know this about myself. When I'm sleeping, when I get enough sleep, I am someone who requires more sleep. I do need 8 to 9 hours of sleep. I hear people say, oh my God, I can't get that much sleep, or, oh girl, just wait till you have kids. Listen, that's your story, okay? I'm setting myself up so that way I can be a functional human being. And I understand that everyone's lifestyles are different, right? But as for me, for right now in my life, how it is, if I can get 8 to 9 hours of sleep, I'm going to do so. And going to bed at 9, y'all, 9 a.m. and then waking up somewhere between 5 and 6:30 is just going to be the move for me. So y'all coming to work with me today. It is actually Sunday, January, what's today's date? January 28th. And we got some blowouts to do, natural hair blowouts to do. And the last two clients are my family. So my sister-in-law, Mariani, and then my niece, Michaela. So May, I'm going to do her hair color. And then with Michaela, we're going to do a little blowout. One thing that I love about the salon that my studio is located in is that, honey, let me tell you, these stylists have immaculate work-life balance. So first of all, it's Sunday and nobody's here. Well, and it's 9 o'clock. I don't really think many of them work on Sundays anyway, which that's the beauty of it. We do make our own schedules. We can come and go, so please. But I live right around the corner from here, and I've come through here plenty of times on a Friday evening, around 5 o'clock, no cars in the parking lot. Or I noticed that basically by 6 or 7 o'clock, these ladies are done for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, are done for the day. And I'm like, you know what? I have never worked in a salon before where stylists are exercising work-life balance. And I've gone back and forth with the whole work-life balance. Like, some people say it doesn't exist and there are life ebbs and flows, but baby, I'm gonna tell you this. If you can find some sort of balance or homeostasis in your life, then by all means, you do it. You do it, because that's where I'm at. Let's go inside. Okay, so brought my Dyson from home because I've got natural hair today and I need this bad boy. So mine has been basically like, it's 4 years old, and she has been working in the hair salon. So basically lots of wear and tear. It is time for a new one. Mine shorts out for like the first maybe few minutes, then it'll stay on. So definitely need to get a new one. However, we're gonna wait because we gotta put that in the budget. But Dyson blow dryer, highly recommend. The reason why I recommend is because this is the only blow dryer I've ever used, especially when I'm blowing out natural hair, that doesn't steam up. And then also something that I noticed too is just like the integrity of my client's hair. With the traditional hair dryer versus this one, the hair is way softer. So since I hadn't been in salon, I've just been using it on myself. But since I got natural hair today, I was like, you know what? Let me bring her in and hopefully she behaves. And I'll do an official studio tour soon. I'm just not ready yet. There are still some more things that I'm waiting on, still like some decor pieces I'm still kind of going back and forth on, but old Amber would have been so stressed out about it, but I'm like, whatever, it'll be together when it's together. We got a space to work in Jesus' name. God's bringing the clients, so. All right, fam, class is in session. Let's take a deeper dive into hydration, moisture, dry hair, because that is always the number one question. The first thing I want to say is this. Please understand that shine does not equal hydration. A lot of people assume that because the hair looks shiny, then that means the hair is hydrated. No, shine is just a look. It does not tell you if the hair is hydrated or not. A lot of people assume that because their hair doesn't have a shine, that it's not hydrated. That is not the case. Some people's hair are just genetically more reflective and have a shine to it. So please don't get caught up in that. Now, let's talk about humectants. Humectants are going to be key when it comes to moisturizing your hair, getting it the hydration that it needs. What is a humectant? So here's how it works, okay? So what it does is it increases the natural moisture retention of your hair. So basically, it's going to draw moisture from the air and it's going to add hydration to your curls. Now, here's the tricky thing about that though. When utilizing humectants, especially when it's a little bit more humid outside, it can make your hair frizzier. So therefore, you have to have a different styling protocol, because when there's humidity in the air, it's going to draw too much moisture, and then that's when your hair gets frizzy, your curls look lackluster and whatnot. So some humectants that you're probably already familiar with are going to be honey, aloe vera, glycerin, flaxseed, agave nectar, hyaluronic acid. You can find these ingredients in different hair care products. So it's going to be key that you're making sure to use products that have humectants in it, especially if you're someone who has been struggling with dry hair or lack thereof hydration. All right, so what I'm doing to my little miss client here is I believe I've already clarified her hair. Again, clarifying her hair, making sure that all the residue, so any oils, buildup, or whatnot, is coming off of her hair. And then also, I noticed her scalp was a little bit dry too, which is common in the wintertime. It wasn't anything severe, so really making sure to take my time to just really get in there, scrub the scalp. One thing that I always do is a scalp analysis. I'm going to comb through, I'm going to look at your scalp to see if there's any buildup, if there's any dandruff, and whatnot, to make sure that just, the scalp health is in good shape, because I feel like that is something that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Like, how's your scalp health? Like, how is it looking? Okay, so here we are. Here we are. Hair has been cleansed. I did an Oilaplex moisture mask on her, and now I am just drying her hair. I'm using a microfiber towel. Everyone, I don't care what your hair is, everyone should be using a microfiber towel to dry their hair, just simply because it is not rough. Traditional towels are rough on the hair strand, on the cuticle, can make your hair more frizzier. Use a microfiber towel, and if you don't have a microfiber towel, grab a t-shirt, okay? Just something that is going to be not as abrasive on the hair. All right, we are all towel dried. So my little client here, she has very dense, very coarse hair. She's about, I think she's 11, oh no, she's 12 years old. And so her hair has changed just due to puberty. That is something that's very common. No matter how old a woman is, whether she be 12, 22, 42, 82, our hormones are always doing something. So what I'm doing first is I always part the hair off in sections, and notice I'm not using a comb. I do this with my hands, just for the simple fact of you want to be gentle with the hair. There's no product in her hair yet, so therefore I'm being mindful of that. And I am someone who likes to finger detangle the hair, so I'm going to be using the Marrakesh detangler. I've been using this. This is my secret weapon for detangling natural hair, and I am using my fingers. Now, here's the thing, going back to products, I feel the reason why a lot of people struggle with products is because they don't understand the science behind it. I am a science-based hairstylist, and that's why it's tricky whenever you are on YouTube University. I love YouTube, but when it comes to hair, I am that person where I'm kind of like, oh God, just simply because their hair is a science. All of it is a science, especially like when we're really breaking down natural hair. A lot of girls that are talking about hair on YouTube, which I'm not bashing them, they don't understand the science behind their hair. They don't understand why this product is working for their hair. Or you might be using a product, but you're not paying attention to the fact that your hair just simply don't like it, So these are things that you have to know. It's not just hey, let me pull something out of thin air. You have to understand the science behind it, and it will make your hairstyling process way easier. So my girl is all detangled, and now I'm going to go ahead and start drying. I love my Dyson. This is what I used when I was in salon. Obviously, I just got back in, so I just been using it at home, but I love this on all hair types. Like, I don't care what your hair is, and the reason being is because I noticed a significant difference with how much softer their hair was, and then when I am blowing out curly or natural hair or tight hair, it doesn't steam up. And so that really had me thinking, wait a second, my room's not getting steamy. There's got to be something behind it. So I did switch over to a comb nozzle. Now listen, I used to think that this was so unprofessional, and I'm a stylist. I know how to blow out hair. But here's the thing, my body. I have to be mindful of my body. I have to be mindful of the arthritis on the left side of my body. So therefore, I understand that me winding that brush back and forth is what just basically contributes to a lot of my pain. So we're going to use this comb nozzle on this dryer, and guess what? It's going to be just fine. It doesn't matter. The tool, just as long as the tools do matter, obviously. But what I'm saying is, just as long as I can get a good result, a beautiful result, that is all that matters. Now, it does take me about 2 hours to do her hair, just simply because she got a lot. She has dense hair. It is thick. It is coarse. It's beautiful hair, but the denser the hair is, the more coarse it is sometimes. When you have dense hair and coarse hair, it just tends to take a little bit longer, but that's okay. And that's the other thing too. Can we please talk about coarse? Like, having coarse hair is not a bad thing. I love working with coarse hair because it's easier to style. It holds a style better. Gone are the days where we are thinking that because your hair is coarse that it's bad. That's not bad. That's how your hair was designed. That's how God designed your hair. and it is what it is. I really want us to just get away from a lot of these ideologies, and now I'm just more so speaking towards like the Black community and the Black culture around hair. We got to break up with some of these ideologies. All right, now let's get into the heat styling. My favorite heat protector to use for dense, coarse, natural hair is going to be by AG. It's called Firewall. Again, I'll have some of these products listed in the description box, and then I'll have my guide, my hair care faves guide for y'all, and everything will be there. So I'm just going through and really smoothing the hair out. Notice how I am highly focusing on the root area. So I'm giving that rooted area a couple passes, but then as I get to the ends of the hair, I'm not sitting there and pulling and pulling and pulling, doing so many passes. That is how you burn your hair off, y'all. Focus it 9 times out of 10. We need to focus it more so on that root area. And then once we get to the mid shaft, slow it down, pull it through. Don't be doing a bunch of passes, because that's why so many people have crispy hair. All right, this is the hair all smoothed out. I like to go through and get the hair all smoothed. And then once I have it smooth, I'm going to give her hair a nice little trim, because I asked her mom, she said it's been some time since she had a trim. So trims are so crucial, y'all. So many people are holding on to just fried, dead, damaged hair just for the sake of saying they have a length. But like I always say to my clients, what good is it to have long, dead hair? Shorter, healthier hair is always going to look better. So ask yourself, like, if you're holding on to that dead hair, it's because you have some kind of ideology around the longer your hair is, the more beautiful you are. And I'm here to tell you, your beauty is not defined by how long your hair is, okay? Somebody play India Irie, I Am Not My Hair. Now, how beautiful and healthy and shiny does her hair look? Like, so pretty. So pretty. All right, then after that, I did my niece's hair, Michaela. Michaela has totally different hair than my first client. So you're probably looking at it thinking, oh my gosh, she has so much hair. So Michaela's hair is just long. It is nowhere near as dense as my first client, and her hair is very, very fine, and her curls are tighter. So with Michaela's hair, it's a little bit different, just simply because of her hair being finer. It's more fragile, and of course, I'm thinking about what products I'm using on her hair, because if I go in with products that are too heavy for her blowout, her hair is going to look greasy and it's going to be weighed down. Also, her hair is color treated. We highlighted it for the first time last year, and then she got it redone when she was visiting family over the summer in Georgia. So I have to definitely make sure that I treat her hair appropriately, because it is fine, which means that it's more prone to breaking. It's curly. Curly hair by default is also a little bit drier, and then she has a color process on it, which will also make it a little bit more drier. So I did do a protein treatment on her hair. And then real quick, my girl gonna be 17 in 3 weeks. I literally cannot handle that. When I first started dating Murillo, my now husband, her uncle, she was 7 years old. She's such a sweet girl. Like, that's Michaela, that's my dog. I love her. She's just so good. So kids grow up fast, man. Okay, anyway, protein treatment. I'm using the Weedod protein treatment, and I'm just really working that through her hair, roots to ends. The purpose of the protein treatment is to fill in those gaps, those holes in the hair. And the thing is, with the color can make your hair higher porosity. So her hair is definitely high porosity, basically meaning that as fast as her hair can soak up the moisture, it can also spit it out. So using the protein treatment to make her hair stronger, to strengthen it, and also understand that too much of a good thing is too much. If your hair is already pretty strong and sufficient, and you are utilizing protein treatments or a protein treatment that is just too potent, it can make your hair hard and it can snap off. So be mindful of that. All right, next on, same again, moving on to detangling, you are going to see that no matter the hair, no matter how tight, how loose. My process, my technique is the same. It's tried, it's true. I've been doing it this way for 11 years and it just works. So, finger detangling, using my same detangler. I use that detangler on all hair, even on straight hair that isn't as fine. It's amazing. I'm going through again, gonna dry her hair up a little bit, and then I'm just gonna pull through with my comb attachment to basically work through and to get it a little bit straighter. Then after we've done that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the straightening process. And again, it's going to be the same thing, being sure to really focus on that rooted area because that is the area that needs it the most, and being mindful with the ends of her hair because like I said, curly hair, dry, and she has highlighted hair. Anytime you have highlights, it's going to dry your hair out. So just being mindful that I'm not putting too much heat, running too many passes on the ends of her hair. And there was no way I was going to let my girl walk out of here without getting a haircut. It is obvious that it has been a minute. I told her, I said, Michaela, she said, I know, Amber, go ahead and do it. So this is the final look. Look how beautiful, how silky smooth. Let me tell y'all something. After those two heads, your girl was tired. When I thought about it, I was like, oh my God, I'm doing these two girls back to back. Be mindful, don't do that again. However, love the process, love the way it turned out, and both girls were happy. I'm exhausted. Did some hair. Y'all got to hang out with me in the beauty bar today. Thank you so much for watching. Love and appreciate y'all. Keep it simple and cast one more net. Can you not tell that I'm exhausted? I'm exhausted. Okay, bye.
I honestly didn't even really want to say anything on this, but